Hello. This is a different filter. I never wear orange, so it's definitely a filter. Hello, welcome to the video. I have things to talk about, and so this is a lot for women over 50. I just finished reading. I'm in some groups of women over 50, and someone was asking what are the biggest challenges, and it's shocking. It's shocking. I'm 60. And I've always taken care of myself, and I've always worked on my personal development, like the inner me, because I know that working on the inner me creates more of a life that I want to be in outside of me, right? And really, I guess I've always kind of known that I get to create and design my life. And I've just taken that as this is what I'm going to do, right? I don't have to put up with. And some of the comments from some women were really about being helpless in a way, like, a lot were about weight loss, and I've worked with hundreds of women helping them lose weight in this phase of life. And you can, unless you have some real serious health problem or something, but that needs to be dealt with, of course. But a lot of times it's just people not willing to do what it takes or not being able to. And a lot of times it's because of the busy lives and the emotional state that they're in, and not thinking that things can be changed. I was also doing I do morning videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, setting intentions and morning readings, and really to start your day positive, intentional way so you can really create and design your life. That's on YouTube. And Diana Marchand. And I was reading from the book by Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, which is a really powerful book. But I was reading about epigenetics. And Bruce Lipton, follow him for epigenetics for sure. Thing is that you are so powerful. So we are completely powerful over our body. Now, yes, that is true. Is it easy? Not necessarily, because it requires belief, it requires a bit of knowledge, and it requires the practice of doing it. But staying in the helplessness and staying in this is just who I am. Like they were talking so much about aches and pains in the body, and about being single, about fear of being alone, about how am I going to support myself. And what I also want to say is, oh my God, yes, rent is more expensive than ever, and the inflation is crazy. There are also more ways to make money than there ever has been in this whole entire time. Women, there's more women millionaires than ever before. There's more women billionaires than ever before. There was always a way that, so just by saying I can't or not seeing the possibilities that may be out there, that is up to the person. So if you really feel there are no ways, then that is you putting limitations on you. And this, of course, might trigger people. But you can. It does require some learning, or maybe let's just go into this. I'm going to take time to learn more about this. I'm going to take time to explore certain things. I'm going to reach out to other women. I'm going to join Facebook groups of female entrepreneurs. I hate that word, I can't say. And see what they're doing. And maybe hire one of them as a coach and get some guidance. Oh my God, there's so many things you can do. But getting on Facebook and complaining about all the things that are wrong, but not taking any action towards what can fix them or get you back on a right track, is just being a victim and staying stuck in the self-pity. And unfortunately, certain groups love that because they have people, misery loves company, right? We want to know we're not alone. And you are not alone. There's so many women going through this. But wow, wouldn't it be wonderful if you can turn things around for you? Right? Just because you're of a certain age doesn't mean you have to be suffering from certain things. Now, one of the things is, that's why when I started going through perimenopause and menopause, I did the research, but you may not, of course, want to, right? I was already into health and wellness. But there are people, I have done menopause coaching for years. There's people that you can go to get advice from. There are free videos all over YouTube to get advice on. My older YouTube videos have all about the food, all about the exercise. I have so many videos about that, going through the midlife phase and what can help. But because I know there's a lot of confusing information out there, right? But really, so epigenetics is where your environment, we can change our genes. Our environment has a huge effect on our body. And we know that many people can heal themselves because they change what they eat, they change the way they think, they go into self-love, they forgiveness, all of these things. That is because your thoughts can control your body. And it's been shown, right? Masato Emoto, whatever, that Japanese guy who did the test with water, forget his name, about positive words on the water, negative words on the water, and how it affects the water. And then if you've watched the movie, What the Bleep Do You Know? That was from years and years ago. That really showed how our thoughts create the environments inside our body, which can be, of course, healing and great, or destructive and lead us to illness and disease. So this is true. And the work from Joe Dispenza and Bruce Lipton, all scientific research points this out. So this is how much control we have. We don't have to feel helpless. And when you choose to stay in that helpless state and continue to say the things and continue to say, this is the way my life is, this sucks, I don't know what to do about this, but not seek help, the information, the right direction, right? You're just choosing to stay in that spot. And that's why you stay or go downhill. So I'm really encouraging women 50 plus to begin to take responsibility for your health, your life, your emotional state, your financial wellness and state. Because it's all up to you. There's always something you can do. And I get pretty passionate about this because I really hate it when people begin to feel helpless and they say they have these things like, this is the way it's going to be and there's nothing I can do, because that is never true. And it's only you that's deciding that's what's going to be real in your life. You can begin to make the changes. And the videos I do every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on YouTube and in Women Living Boldly 50 plus is so that I want women to start in the morning having more positive thoughts and seeing how they get to create and design their life by changing how they think, opening up their perception, taking different action, feeling different feelings, really taking charge of your life and saying, I am going to work through this. I'm going to find solutions for this. I'm going to find my way. And I also do a coaching group that goes monthly, Take Charge of Your Life. And that's exactly what we work on, is nourishing the body, mind, and soul. So working on the 3 parts of you, because that's what's needed. Hello, I don't know who's watching, but thank you. That's what's really needed. You're not a victim of your circumstances only if you choose to be, you believe you are, and you don't make any changes, and you don't take responsibility for being that. Saying, well, I can't, I have no choice. And health issues, oh my God, they can be so challenging. But there are changes and shifts you can do, and there's more available in the alternative health space than ever before. Right? Like, we are at a time now when so many people are feeling hopeless, scared, and worried, but yet there are so many more opportunities. There's so much more information out there that is even free. There's so many more modalities like healing and energy modalities and things to learn about. Books, period, which are a cheap way to learn. I love books and I read books, and then I'll look for that author on YouTube. Then I'll watch his videos on YouTube. And then, oh my God, you can be learning 24/7 to change things around for you, all for free pretty much, right? And there are coaches. There's more coaches out there than there has ever been in history. And you have more access to them than ever before, right? So there are things you can do. Let's just read a bit about epigenetics, okay? Now, epigenetics means the study of how the environment controls gene activity. Okay. Genes don't turn on or off. They are activated by chemical signals, and they express themselves in specific ways by making various proteins. Just by changing our thoughts, feelings, emotional reactions, and behaviors, for example, making healthier choices with regard to nutrition and stress level, which is exactly what I help women with. We send our cells new signals, and they express new proteins without changing the genetic blueprint. So while the DNA code stays the same, once the cell is activated in a new way by new information, things you say, the things you believe, the feelings you feel, the things you're eating, the cell can create thousands of variations of the same gene. We can signal our genes to rewrite our future, change our health, change our mental state, change our emotional state. Right? Like so many people say this, they suffer from anxiety, they're stuck in anxiety and then just want a pill. And I've seen women in these 50 plus groups asking, okay, I need a pill. What's going to help me get rid of these symptoms? What pill do you take? What HRT do you take? Always looking for outside, not realizing that you can take a pill, but if the inside of your body is not healthy, the pills, and you're not doing any changing, and you're still thinking bad thoughts and negative thoughts, and you're still thinking that you're stuck like this and nothing's ever going to work, that pill ain't going to help you. It's not going to help you. Not much. And I can tell you one thing, lady, HRT from your doctor, you're just going to put on more weight, and you might even start to feel a little depressed. Well, you may get rid of your hot flashes. Maybe your anxiety will go a little bit, but maybe he'll give you some antidepressants, and then they'll give you another pill for this, and then another pill for that, and then another pill to help you sleep. But if you don't take care of the inside of you, and with natural things, so that helps your body naturally come back into better balance, it won't. A pill's not going to do it. You really got to. It's really about taking responsibility and saying, I'm going to start to get into this. I believe that we are the ones that have complete control of our body. We just were never taught that. We were programmed to believe that we had to search outside of ourselves, that someone else had the answer, that we were helpless. That's not true. That was just how they controlled us. The medical system is not a health system at all. It is a pill pushing system. So we need to remember that. It's just to make money, right? So when you take better care of your body in the best way you can, that's what's going to make the difference. What else do they have to say? Stressful emotions, as you will learn, actually pull the genetic trigger, dysregulating the cells. And then it goes into dysregulating the cells. Dysregulation refers to impairment of a psychological regulatory mechanism and creating disease. So stress is the root of all disease and illness. And so for people who feel stressed, feel like there's just too much, they're overwhelmed, they're stressed, they're too busy, they're worried about so many things, being in that state is creating dis-ease within your body, which will lead to health problems. But when you believe you can't do anything about it, that's even worse. That's even worse. Because you're feeling helpless, you're believing you're helpless, so then you're letting the stress from everybody else come into your life, into your body, affect your body, and you are losing control of your health and wellness. And that's what happens a lot as people age, and I hate to see that because it doesn't have to be. It's just because they don't realize that they can gain back the control. They get to take charge of their body, their health, their emotional state, their state of being, no matter what's going on around you. Because it's all how you think about things, how you process things, how you perceive things, and your beliefs about things, and all those things can be changed. So we truly have the power. You truly have the power. Because you are the one, it's your body, it's your health, it's your feelings, it's your emotions, it's everything, right? When we think and feel in the same way for most of our lives and memorize familiar states of being, our internal chemical state keeps activating the same genes, meaning that we keep making the same proteins, but the body cannot adapt to these repeated demands and it begins to break down. If we do that for 10 to 20 years, the genes begin to wear out and they start making cheaper proteins. What do I mean? Think about what happens when we age. Our skin sags because its collagen and elastin comes to be made cheaper proteins. What happens in our muscles? They atrophy. Well, no surprise there. Actin and myosin 2 are proteins. It's not about eating more protein. That's not what it's about, right? And I think people think that, which just blows my mind. I mean, it's important to know what you're eating. And remember, it's not just about protein, carbs, and fats, because what are the carbohydrates you're eating? There is white rice, there is broccoli, and there's sugar, let's say, that are all carbohydrates. What do you think is best for you to consume? Not the sugar, the broccoli, right? So it's not just about counting our macros, which are those. It's about counting our micros and paying attention to the vitamins, the minerals, the essential fatty acids, and amino acids that are in the foods that we are eating. And that's what I've helped women with for years. Becoming so aware of that, that's like, oh, this is what feeds and fuels my body. This is what keeps the cells healthy. And also knowing that our thoughts, feelings, beliefs, words, our energy, our frequency affects the cells of our body. So even if someone is eating healthy, if they are thinking negative thoughts, if they think bad about themselves, if they talk bad about themselves, if they give hate out to the world, if they allow hate into them, that will negatively affect their body. Creating the same emotional reactions by doing the same things, thinking the same things, seeing the same people, and memorizing our lives into a predictable pattern, we are now headed for an undesirable genetic destiny. We are locked into the same pattern as generations before us. So, right, like my family had this, so I'll probably die of this, or I'll probably have this condition. The body will stay the same as long as we are feeling the same way day in, day out. And if science tells us that is the environment that signals the genes involved in evolution, what if our environment never changes? Then things don't change for us. They actually get worse. So we can say at 50 plus, I'm just going to stay the same. I'm not going to do anything different. That doesn't mean you're going to stay the same in health. That means you're going to go downhill. Because unless you take better care of yourself, your body's not going to naturally stay healthy. Not unless you're feeding it, fueling it, and nourishing it, body, mind, soul, right? Oh my God, my throat's so dry. Remember, we can create an emotion by thought alone. We can experience joy or gratitude ahead of the environment to such an extent that the body begins to believe that it is already in that event. So this is how you start to make the outer change from the inner change, is you start to think new thoughts, new beliefs, new feelings, and take new habits and take new action, right? It's all this, I got to start being new inside, which is not so easy. It's tricky. I'm working on that right now. We always are working on it, right? I'm always working on, okay, what's going on? What's the challenge I'm faced with? Okay, what's it teaching me? What it's here to tell me? What things do I need to do? How do I need to act differently? How do I need to think differently? How do I need to perceive things differently? What can I do? How can I get some help? Where can I find some support? It sounds exhausting, but that's not the way it is. It's more like, oh, interesting. Look at this in my life. It feels like I can't control it. It may feel like something I have to be stuck with, but I know it's not. I know that because that's not the way we are meant to live. And then you start, okay, I'm going to feel differently about it. I'm going to see what's inside of me. What have I been believing and thinking that has brought this into my life or keeps this in my life? It's really about like personal power, personal empowerment, and being the leader of your own life. And by Take Charge of Your Life group, which goes monthly, and it is under my website, dianamarchand.com, Take Charge of Your Life. Check that out for women 50 plus, because this is what we're working on. This is the work we're doing. The inner change creates the outer change. Of course, we also talk about healthy eating, because it is truly feeding, nourishing your body, mind, and soul. I cannot stress this enough. You do not have to be helpless. So this is going to trigger some people who have been feeling like they can't change their life. And they're like, screw you. You don't know my situation. You don't know my life. It's okay. You can be mad at me. I just want you to take something away and think about it and start doing some research. And for other people, this may be, oh my God, she's so right. I really got to start getting into this. I am so excited. I want to delve into it. I want to take control of my life. I want to start changing my thoughts. I really, now's the time. Like, I'm 60, and it's like, there's no freaking way I'm waiting until, if not now, when? Like, seriously. We're the youngest we're going to be. So, like, get off the pot, right? Take charge of your life or don't. It's always your choice. But you got to think what's 5 years going to be like if you don't. Right? It's up to you. It always is. All right, reach out to me. I do coaching privately. I also have that group that's going Take Charge of Your Life. And I have YouTube videos, lots of YouTube videos. Hey, Lynn, thank you for that. So I'm here for you. Have an absolutely amazing day. Let me know in the comments what you think. If I triggered you, let me know too, because I'm here for it all. All right? I'm not that sensitive. I can handle it. And I'd love to know your honest opinions and your thoughts. All right. So much love to you. Bye.